Alrighty, here we go. Talking about being bloated and inflamed. Not fun, right? Not fun. I get this question a lot because you can have multiple things going on in your system that can cause these issues, right? When you say I'm bloated, what is it? What's causing it? And oftentimes we'll look to, what did I just eat? What did I just eat an hour ago, 5 minutes ago, that type of a thing, when really being bloated can be due to several other systems having an issue, and it can be something that you ate a long time ago, right? Or long time ago, meaning earlier that day or even the day before. It can be due to stress. It can be due to all these other things. So that's what I'm going to talk about here. I am Dr. Beth Westy, women's health and hormone expert. And, one of the things that we cover when we talk about getting your hormones in check is your digestive system. You have to have your digestive system functioning really, really well. I cover this more in my books, The Female Fat Solution. This is for if you have a cycle, or The Female Menopause Solution, How to Eat for Your Hormones, in each of these books on Amazon. So great resources there. Great resources. All right, so let's dive in. Right? What can be the cause of being bloated and inflamed? Well, first we're just going to say, overall gut health. It can be poor gut health. It can be that your digestive system's sluggish. You can have a parasite. You can have an imbalance of bacteria. You can have candida. All of these things. Those are several different things just under the umbrella of gut health that can cause these issues, because you can get bloated and inflamed and you're like, gosh, I ate this yesterday and I was fine, but I ate this today. I ate the same thing for lunch today and holy crap, my gut hates me. What did I do wrong? Right? It's not what you ate, it's your underlying gut health. So there's that. There's also just stress. Stress, and I know if you're thinking, oh, really, just stress? It's not just stress. It oftentimes is connected with some underlying trauma, meaning that your physical body will be reactive in some way to stress. I chat with women. So in the programs that I have, the Female Hormone Solution program, which there is a link here in the comments for you to get on the wait list. Registration opens next week. Only way you're going to get access to registration is on the wait list. And I'm also doing that masterclass next week. So again, you get notifications on that free masterclass with being on the wait list as well. These are things that we talk about all the time and I cover when we work together because it matters, because it makes a difference. I can't tell you how many gals I talk to that they're like, yeah, this person in my life, it's my family member, it's my significant other, it's my, coworker or boss. Last person I chatted with that had this issue with being bloated and inflamed, like their whole body would react. And when we talked about the correlation of this and other things, it took a while to figure out what was kicking it off, and it was her boss. Every time her boss would overstep her work boundaries, all these other things, trying to get her to do tasks that were outside of her, parameters, like, this is not my job to do. Why are you trying to make me do this job? You're trying to make me do this other person's job because you don't want to deal with this other person because they're crabby pants. So making her do extra work, making her work later, trying to contact her outside of work hours, every single time, boom, her system would respond. Physical body would respond because of that. So this is absolutely a thing. So timing makes a difference. So if you're thinking, gosh, I don't know if this is really me, I don't know if this is really the thing for me, keep track. Keep track of how you're feeling. And if somebody's stepping on all over your boundaries there, yes. Another one here. Histamine reaction. Yeah, again, these are very different topics because this is such a general thing. It's important to kind of try and identify what it is that's setting things off for you. So what's a histamine reaction? So if you have an increased response to histamine, which is something that we look at when we do genetic testing, your body might react to certain foods or certain stressors or things that are increased in histamine. Now, being bloated and inflamed, that means that your gut is having a histamine reaction. There are certain bacteria in your gut that we see when we do a GI map that show, oh my gosh, this also produces a lot of histamine. Holy crap, yeah. And if you notice you get bloated and inflamed and all these other things, when you also get like itchy skin, or itchy tongue or itchy ears, and you're like, oh, what? Oh, yeah. Now, there are certain foods that are histamine foods, high histamine foods. You can Google it. Google high histamine foods, and a list of foods will pop up, and you're gonna be like, dang it. I was when I saw high histamine foods. I saw my genetic report, and I was like, shoot it. You shouldn't be eating these histamine foods. And I was like, this isn't a histamine food, is it? No, it can't be. And I knew it was, and I just Googled it anyway, and I was like, dang it, kombucha. Fermented foods, things like that, high histamine. So I have to be ready to handle that. Otherwise, it's going to cause me to be bloated and inflamed. Meh. Yay. But that's a thing too. So other things to look at to try and decipher what the issue is. Next one here. Nutrient deficiency. Nutrient deficiency. So if you are having gut health issues and you are not absorbing nutrients properly, because of the nutrient deficiency, you can have a poor recovery time for activities, other stressors, things like that, which means it might not be the actual activity that's causing you to be bloated and inflamed, but if you're nutrient deficient and your body can't absorb things very well, you can't have that proper repair happen, you can't have hydration happen properly, then you will get bloated and inflamed. So that's kind of fun. And then the other thing I want to talk about here is an autoimmune reaction, which can also be very similar to a detox reaction. Some people call it like a Herx reaction, things like that. What this is that if you are having an autoimmune flare, if you have an autoimmune condition, autoimmune issue, that type of a thing, and or it's worse if you have both, if you're going through a detox and you have an autoimmune issue. It also feels very similar to going through some type of Herxheimer reaction with doing detoxification, where it is incredibly harsh on your system to kick out the gunk, right? Whether it be excess hormone, excess, adipose energy, things like that, heavy metals or whatever, right? Mycotoxins, endotoxins, biotoxins, all that stuff, right? And if you're like, what are those? What's that? Well, a mycotoxin would be a mold toxin. An endotoxin is a bacteria that grows on mold toxins. So if you have mold, you also want to make sure that you're testing for bacteria. Oh, fun! And then a biotoxin is mold and other things, other natural things in the environment. Like, for example, if you get bit by a spider or a snake or something. I'm saying that because I got bit, by a brown recluse spider last year. And that was awful. Yes. So that can cause you to be bloated and inflamed. Now, that bloated and inflamed feeling can also bring on other things. You can get headaches from that. You can get joint pain. You can have muscle soreness. You can feel like, ugh, I just feel like garbage. Yes. But again, it's important because if you're looking at this list thinking, holy crap, this is a lot of different things. Yes. And this isn't the limit. There could be other things on here too, but these are the main things. These are the top 5 things. And I even grouped these 2 together for when I work with women. These are the top things that I see. But this is not an exclusive list. So if you're going through and you're like, okay, I can't figure this out. What's my issue? Is it related to my gut? No, I've worked on my gut. I did leaky gut stuff. My gut works really good, but I'm still getting bloated. Is it related to a person? Is it related to a stress of some kind, right? Is it related to some type of specific histamine, right? So it's important to give you an idea of like, okay, let me figure out the timing of this. Let me figure out not just what it is, but the timing of it to try and narrow down what thing to focus on, because that can make the difference. Sort of like, playing Clue with your body and what's going on. So, but these are things that we work on in the Female Hormone Solution Program. These are things that I help you figure out personally. We do Dutch testing. Sorry. I took some CBD right before I started this video, and I feel it's stuck in my throat. So these are things that we work on, right? This is a really big list. There's a lot of things, and I'm being very general here. But that means that it can be that tough to get to the bottom of what your issue is. That's why we do testing. That's why we deep dive. That's why I work with everybody individually within this group, because if you have this going on, it's not fair to you to say, oh, here, follow this meal plan. See you later. Good luck. No, you have to have somebody help you walk through this and like, uncover when and where and how these things are happening to narrow down, and of course with testing to make sure that we're looking at all these things so that you are getting to the bottom of this as quickly and efficiently as possible to get your system functioning better so you feel better. So again, that wait list for that next program is in the comments. Do not miss out on this. This is an amazing, amazing program. This program I'm running is 6 months. 6 months long. So it's going to be a while before I run another program, so you don't want to miss this one because there's so much that's put into it. So that's what I got for you guys today. Please let me know if you have any other questions or any other concerns. You can always comment on the videos. I do check the comments. If you're not comfortable commenting, please reach out to me privately. I say this all the time, but I really do mean it. Because some people are like, I have this going on, but I get bloated, and then I get diarrhea. Of course you're not going to want to comment that. That's fine. If you're totally comfortable doing it, do it. Because I guarantee somebody else is going to look at that and be like, oh my gosh, me too. But do not hesitate to reach out to me. That's what I am here for. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later.